The Vikings that we defeated at the Battle of Clontarf in 1013 destroyed the Viking power of Northern Europe and their hold on Northern Europe. But many of those Vikings that had settled in France and other places over the next 100 years became established there and became known as the Normans. Yes. The language was very, very musical to the ear, and it, of course, different accents in different places have different lilt or sway on it, but it's the same very colorful language, and its roots go back to the same mother language of the whole earth, Sanskrit. You know,
You said you have an example.
Well, of the poetic quality, I have a friend of mine who's very close to me here, and he is a poet. And I would love to read one of his recent poems. It's The Thin Yellow Line. And it would give it's very much actually in keeping with what we've been discussing here. And I'd like to actually read it if you would give me the time for a few verses.
Please.
Okay.
You can please read the whole thing. We love poetry here, man. I write myself, so we love poetry.
Well, this is by a man called Paul Barnes, and I want to give him full credit. He's a poet, as you will see. The Thin Yellow Line. 7,000 years ago, a fort was built upon this hill, and today, as we gather, their memory is with us still. Requesting wisdom and support in this special ancient place, representing Irish people and all the human race. The symbol that we gather around tells a story of today, presenting COVID figures of those who'd passed away. They call it a pandemic. For this lie we must be free. The thin yellow line presented, there for all to see. Lock down healthy people, taint them with the swabs, spread fear and propaganda as they take away the jobs. Wear masks like yellow stars, blind obedience to the state. Useless eaters, they call us, as they demonstrate their hate. Yes, the battle is with evil. Up is down and black is white. Not happy till they've killed us, have our children in their sight. UN and world leaders, big tech and pharma too. So many powerful people, yet they are so very few. They conduct secret meetings, discuss their great plan. The one that does away with us, willing sacrifice if they can. Laughing as you line up, lab rats for their test, taking into your body unknown serums at their behest. Adrenochrome on their menu, Moloch at the door. If we fail to see this evil, we encourage so much more. Take advantage of this moment to communicate at will before they censor us forever, lock down and have their fill. The good that is within us requires action at this time. Divine game that we are part of, put a stop to this vile crime. Go within and find that armor to protect us while we're here. Enable us to deal with life, sheltered from the fear, as we go about our daily chores, not wishing pain or harm. Love net that we're wearing has true purpose and great charm. Know that we are not alone, so call upon that grace. Take advantage of the stillness within this sacred place. Be grateful as we gather at this time of power and love, calling all those generations from way back and from above to back us in this challenge, overcome the fear, anchor peace and love within all those gathered here.
You mentioned something when you were speaking before. You said that they've been here 500 years, and they came in the face of the Nordic. What did you mean by that?
The Vikings that we defeated at the Battle of Clontarf in 1013 destroyed the Viking power of Northern Europe and their hold on Northern Europe. But many of those Vikings that had settled in France and other places over the next 100 years became established there and became known as the Normans. And they reinvaded Ireland again in the 1400s particularly. So they were essentially Vikings originally that had settled in France and Europe and came now again as Normans. But as I said, the Normans, they didn't have they had the might to secure some patches of land, protect them on the country. But in order to maintain them and hold them, they had to appease and intermarry with the local indigenous populace. And in that way, they continued to live here over the next few centuries with names like Fitzgerald's, and whenever you see a Fitz, and Dylan would be from Leon. They're Irish names now, but originally they were Norman names. And we can still, as Irish people, differentiate between the two, but still they're fully accepted by most people as Irish, because they act as such externally. But there are some that don't, and they're the ones that are established now in the political intrigue against the rest.
And they've been, because they've been together. I mean, they've been with you guys for so long, so they blended in. We have our very special Jim back on. Jim, are you back, man? Jim, your mic is off, Jim. Put the mic on.
Can you hear me now?
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Your mic is on, man.
Oh, good. I don't know what the fuck happened to you.
Yeah, you left us for a little bit, man.
I could hear you. I could hear you. I was there, but you couldn't hear me. I don't know what the fuck happened. I think I hit the camera button, and then it said something stupid, and then I couldn't get out of it, and then there was no. Anyway, forget about it. I'm back.
We're glad to have you back, and you missed a wonderful poem, man. So you're gonna have to.
No, I heard it. I could hear you all the time.
Okay.
I could hear and see you all the time, so it was good.
It was an amazing poem, and Jim knows, man. I write also, so I appreciate that. Chief, I wanted to ask you something rather personal. What was your beginnings into the knowledge? Like, how did you come to the knowledge? Because you mentioned in the beginning of the conversation, you said 40 years ago, and I remember I asked Jim the same question. Like, did you stumble upon it? Was it passed down to you? How was your beginning in this journey?